Assalamu alaikum and good morning. This is AKM Iftikhar Alam Chaudhary. I am a lecturer in English in Government City College Chattogram. Today we will discuss the rest of the rules from the right form of verbs. This class is applicable for class 11 and 12. So we have discussed in the earlier classes up to rule 10. So today we will discuss rule number 11. So here you can see that there are two clauses. One clause, first clause will be past perfect and second clause will be past indefinite. And between the two clauses, there will be no sooner, scarcely, hardly. And in between the two clauses, there will be then, when, and when. Okay, so we will start with the first one. You see, no sooner, first clause, he see the train. Okay, so past perfect. So we will use no sooner had. For past perfect, we know that had and verb, the past participle form of verb. So we will use no sooner had he seen the train. Then is here, then it, past indefinite. So the past form of the verb is the past form of the leave verb is left. So it left the platform. No sooner had he seen the train than it left the platform. Next example is scarcely the teacher come when the students stand up. So scarcely the teacher come. So the past perfect tense is had the teacher come when the students stand up. So we have to use past indefinite. So the past form of stand verb is stood. So we will say scarcely had the teacher come when the students stood up. So in this way, you have to follow the rules, and at the same time, after following the rules, you have to put the right information depending on the given information here on the first clause and second clause. Rule number 2 is known as conditionals. Conditions mean there will be some conditions. Depending on the conditions, there will be some changes. So here it starts with if. So there will be three conditions. In the first condition, you will find if plus present indefinite, and there will be a comma between the two clauses, and the second clause will be present or future indefinite. Okay, for example, see, if she comes, I go. So if she comes, if plus present indefinite, that is she comes, comma is there, then I go. That means present indefinite or future indefinite. You can say I can go, you can say I go, or you can say I will go or I shall go. So if she comes, I will go. Okay. Next, second condition is if plus past indefinite. Okay. So see, if I went there, so past indefinite, I went there, comma, subject plus would, should, could, might, any one of the models plus verb, that means present form of the verb plus extension. So I, that is subject, would, should, could, might, any one of the verb, then would or should or could or might, then present form of the verb, that is meet him. So if I went there, we will say I would meet him, or I should meet him, I could meet him, or I might meet him. Okay. Then the next one is third condition, if plus past perfect. Okay. Then there will be a comma, and there is only one difference. You have to use have and the past participle form of the verb. In the second condition, here it was past indefinite, and here uh, it is past perfect. But see what is the changes between the second condition and third condition? Only have, and whenever you will get have, there will be past participle of the verb. Now see the example. If I had done this, I accept it. If I had done this, so had and done, that means past perfect. So I accept it, that means subject is I. Okay, so would, should, could, might, any one of the verb, then have, then accepted, that is past participle form of accept, then it extension. So see, if I had done this, I would have accepted it. Had I been a rich man, I helped the poor. So see, there is no if, but this had is carrying the meaning of if. So here, what will you use? You will use like the previous example. That means it is also an example of third condition because it is carrying the same meaning. So that's why what will you do? Had I been a rich man, the same. I would, should, could, might, or have helped the poor. Had I been a rich man, I would have helped the poor. I should have helped the poor. I could have helped the poor, or I might have helped the poor. So there are other examples. If I were a pilot, I fly the plane. Can you do it? Okay, let's do it. If I were a pilot, I would fly the plane because it is past indefinite or second condition. Next one is if I had worse riches, I help the distressed. Generally, what the students make mistake, they see the had and they think that it is past perfect. So see, there is no verb. There is no past participle form of verb. Here, had is main verb. Okay, had is not auxiliary verb. So that's why it is past indefinite. So that's why we will use second condition. If I had worse riches, I would help the distressed. Rule number 13 is when plus past continuous tense, and there will be comma, and the second clause it will be past indefinite. So the sentence will be like this: when he was walking in the garden. So when is here, past continuous. He was walking in the garden. So this is past continuous tense. Comma is here. A snake bite him. So past indefinite. So to make it past indefinite, you have to make the verb in past form. So we will say when he was walking in the garden, a snake bit him. Okay, but whenever you see after when or while, there will be verb. So you have to add ing after the verb. Okay, it means there will be no subject between the verb and when and while. At that time, what will you do? You will add ing after the verb, and the changes of the second clause will be the same. So while walking the garden, so see, while he was not like that. So while walking in the garden, a snake bit him. So as there is already past indefinite tense, that's why we will not change that. We will change only in the walking. While walking in the garden, a snake bit him. Rule number 14 is in the first clause, you will find would plus subject plus mind. Okay, and in the second clause, you will get verb plus ing plus extension. Or in the first clause, you will get this one, would that. Then the second clause, you will find subject plus would, could plus verb plus extension. You see, would you mind? So would you mind? Okay, verb plus ing or extension, giving me a cup of tea. Would you mind giving me a cup of tea? Or you can think that after mind, you will, if you get any verb, it will be uh, ing. It will be there will be ing added with the verb. Okay, so would you mind giving me a cup of tea? And in the next example, you say would that I know her earlier. So would that I, then is subject. So you would say I could know her earlier. Okay. Rule number 15 is, you see, verb plus ing in case of two verbs in a simple sentence. Okay, you see, inform me he will go to the college. Inform me. Okay, verb plus ing in case of two verbs in a simple sentence. But here, see, inform me he will go to the college. So here, go will go and inform. So here, what you have to do, you have to understand the meaning of the sentence. Okay, so we will say informing me he will go to the college. Next one is I saw him playing. Here will you will use what? I saw him playing. So there is saw and there is play, and this is his object. Okay, so what will you say? We will say I saw him playing. Okay, rule number 16. Verb plus ing will be there when there are some words or phrases or prepositions like this. You have to use verb plus ing after these words or phrases. Without, avoid, start, mind, worth, past, cannot help, with a view to, look forward to, related to, addicted to, prefer, get used to, etc. For example, he avoids smoke. So avoids, okay, avoids. What will you use? He avoids smoking. Next one, his work is worth praise. His work is worth praising. Okay, I went to the ground with a view to playing. So with a view to. So we will say, I went to the ground with a view to playing. Rule number 17. Verb depends on the subject and person of second subject for the following conditions. Okay, that means you see either I or my brothers. So verb depends. Here verb is being. Depends on the subject. That means I or my brothers. Depends on the subject and person of second subject. So second subject is my brothers. It's a plural, right? So depending on the second subject, the verb will be changed. So as my brothers are plural, we will use are. Either I or my brothers are guilty. Similarly, neither you nor she be guilty. So she is singular, third person singular number. That's why we will use is. Neither you nor she is guilty. Rule number 18. Verb depends on the subject and person of first subject for the following conditions. Okay? For example, Rubina as well as her friends do the work. So here first subject is Rubina. So that's why we will use the verb depending on Rubina. Rubina as well as her friends has done the work. Naira along with her sisters be present. Okay? So Naira is singular. That's why we will use is or was. Naira, along with her sister, is or was present. Okay, so when you will get as well as, when you will get along with, when you will get accompanied by, at that time you have to use verb depending on the first subject. Rule number 19, when you get singular subject, two singular subject, but more than one person added with and the verb will be plural. Like Simon and Sophia be going to college. So Simon and Sophia, they are singular, but they are two persons, more than one persons. That's why are. Simon and Sophia are going to college. Next one is the principal and chairman be present in the meeting. Singular and singular, but one person. So when you get only one usage of the before the designation. So you have to understand that it is one person. So that's why we will use singular verb like is or was. Next one is singular and singular indicating two persons like the principal and the chairman. So you see the principal, the chairman. So two persons. So that's why are or were. Okay. So, so this is how we have finished our discussion today. So there is an exercise for you. You have to do this with me. So see, there are many people who do not take physical exercise. So see, many people, so that's why do not take, because it is about regular context. So that's why do not take. They can hardly realize, okay, hardly realize. So when you get model, the verb will be in present form, that they themselves ruin, okay, in present form. They fall victim to many diseases. All the time they fall. So that's why in general condition it has been used. Life becomes, so life that's why becomes. They remain always ill-tempered. We can build good health and sound mind through physical exercise. So we can build. Here is a possibility. Physical exercise makes our body active and muscles strong. Okay, it also improves it, so that's why improves it, that's why gives. Okay, So there is another example for you. Uh, you can click the picture when you are watching the video and try to do it by yourself at home. Okay, so this is how we are concluding our class today. We will meet with you in the next class, inshallah. Thank you everyone for watching the video. I hope you will be benefited and try to do more exercises for your better preparation. Thank you everyone.